For whatever reason, we were having dinner outside at this restaurant, Hullabaloo, and Shaun White was there at our table. I can't really remember. Someone was friends with him. And the funny thing was that there was a couple of people that passed and they were like, they kind of look over and you felt like, oh, they must be looking at Shaun White. But the funny thing was that so many people that walked by the street were actually saying hi to Roger and looking over and saying hi to Roger and just totally ignoring that Shaun White was sitting next to him. And I think even Shaun White was like, who is this guy that I'm sitting next to? And I'm pretty sure they exchanged numbers because Shaun White wanted to find out and was definitely intrigued by who Roger was. I asked him one time, do you ever feel like that uncomfortable standing out? And he was, no, never had that.
First rule in this world, baby, don't pay attention to anything you see in the moon.
I said it's been a little minute, but I'm back, bitch. Respect, make some noise. Rogerthat is sad. Let's get it. Always been the illest. J's on. Flexing, I be killing. Red cup in my left hand.
The first time I saw Roger was at Paul's hip hop show. That's the first time I seen him in person. And he had sunglasses on at night. I mean, sunglasses, he had the whole get up. And I think I seen some footage of him before that. Maybe you shooting his rap video. Shit, never on my sleep shit. You can catch your hands if you beef shit. Keep it gang niggas that afraid to hurt your feelings. Turn your baby mama to a crime victim. Diamonds on my neck, shine brighter than the jet. Don't look back, cause you know I'm next. Don't look back, cause you know I'm next. I said don't look back, cause you know I'm next. I think the first time I talked to him in person, I realized that my hip hop love, I guess, was outdated. Cause he didn't know who Cool G Rap was. I'm like, yeah, you know, like Cool G Rap. And he's like, who? And I was like, oh shit, I'm old. Roger makes moves. He's a move maker. That's why he's in magazines and stuff. And then all of a sudden, boom,
He gets something in his head, I think from a deep-rooted sort of strong purpose, and that's why he did all that fashion stuff, was just to, I don't know how to articulate it, but just to be somebody, and just, I think for the sake of just accomplishing things. He has a presence, and like even like right now, his presence is the absence of his presence. He always has some kind of steam inside of him that just gets him going on something. It was cool to like get creative like that with somebody who was like super enthusiastic about just making something happen.
Roger never stops. He is always doing something. He's always seeing someone. He's on the move constantly. One of the most caring people I know. Truly caring. In a very thoughtful way. Feeling I take away from Roger oftentimes is just like, wow, he gives and gives and gives. And it's never an expectation.
I would say, Roger's one of the most dedicated friends I've ever had. So whenever it comes to either helping you or collaborating, you really know how to show up for people and like really commit your time and energy. Like pure energy. Energy that I'm honestly very envious of. I don't think I could have that much energy if I even tried. The first project that we collaborated on was for Pulse, which was a contemporary dance performance at the Kravis Center. So I had initially been invited to do the costumes for that, and then I was like, this could also use Roger's beautiful mind and craftsmanship. A lot of my visual art stems from this color creation myth that I've developed. It starts with these characters of black and white who then give birth to the rainbow spectrum. When Roger shows up to support, Roger brings his own character in support of the characters that I'm exhibiting. So in a way, it kind of is a visual collaboration.
We need all the inspiration we can get trying to like make something pop off in our hometown, whereas like there's only a few of us left because other people have tried and it's like it doesn't work really, and they end up going to New York or Austin or LA, and it's fucking hard to like keep the motivation up because everyone around you is just doing normal life, and you're this group of people that's like, oh, they do their silly art and film thing. And so I needed someone like Roger in my life who was really, really going for it and making things happen and getting somewhere with it. Yeah, he put some fuel in us for sure. The funny thing about Roger is he gets very into what you're into or whatever your project is, even more so than you, because his work ethic is insane. So we were writing skits to do episodes for this web series we were doing, and Roger would hit me up almost every other day with like, oh, I wrote another script. Oh, I wrote a skit for this. I wrote a skit for that. Oh, I made this outfit for this. Somehow he was always available. Didn't matter what day, what time we were shooting something, like he would be there. Roger shows up and he puts his outfit on and he hands me something like a piece of paper or something, and he had like blood on his hands. He had all these cuts on his hands. And I was like, dude, what happened to your hands? Are you all right? And he was like, oh yeah, just at work. And I was like, what do you do for work? And he's like, oh, I'm a mechanic. Oh, are you off for the day? And he goes, no, I just snuck away to come shoot this real quick, and then I'm gonna drive straight back there. And I'm like, where's your work at? He's like, Wellington. And we're in Jupiter. And I'm like, this dude somehow got out of work to drive all the way from Wellington to Jupiter to do a scene, and then drive back to work and work the rest of the day, and then probably do some sort of event later that night. And there really was no excuse to not do whatever you want, especially when I would watch Roger get things done.
My dad opened this place like 14 years ago. So I was a teenager, very young. When I was little, I used to always like tear shit apart and rebuild stuff and put shit back together. When I come here, I just put my headphones in and I can just like zone out and just, the car doesn't speak, you know what I mean? So I seen one customer and I swear like her mind was like blown. She saw me out. I was walking into Sunfest and I had on my like one of those shiny outfits, and she was like, she was like, Roger, what? A friend once asked me like, do I steer away from telling people that I'm a mechanic? And I was like, no, I would never do that, because I mean, I am a mechanic at life, mechanic at fashion. It's always cool. Like I wouldn't trade this life for anything in the world. So no matter how much money I have or make, I'm always gonna come here and work for my dad, you know? It's just it's a family-owned business, and it's gonna continue to be a family-owned business.
I mean, it seems like, as far as I know, in a given day, he'll go to work, he'll go to the body shop, work as a mechanic, then go sew something together for some performance that he has to wear, and then go meet someone at some art gallery to prepare for some show there.
It's like I could just do what I have to do. It's like my therapy, taking apart cars and putting them back together.
And that made so much sense to how he has that work ethic. And then I saw the true full form of that when we went to New York for Fashion Week. And I remember most of the days when we would get in an elevator to leave a show and we'd be crammed in the elevator with a bunch of people, someone would ask him, oh, who did your outfit? Who designed your outfit? And he would like modestly say, oh, I made it last night. And all of a sudden you'd see like 8 business cards being handed to him, and he would just take every business card. And that happened every day. We're in New York. We're in these buildings with all these people in fashion, and he still stood out amongst like a sea of people. And by the way, Roger doesn't drink or smoke or do anything. I'm going to sleep soon. I'm so fucking tired. And he's sitting in the corner at the table in the kitchen with a hot glue gun, ripping material off of his boots and then hot gluing new material on. He's recycling his outfit from the day before. He knows all these people. It's just like, who are you, bro? And that really showed me that, like, it doesn't matter where you live, you just need the internet to make shit happen. He was noticed by Suzanne Barch, who really put him on.
We're going to this fashion talk panel Susan invited us to. We just got an Uber, so we're headed to the W Hotel right now, and I'm, you know, extra funky today.
Like your outfit, man.
Thank you so much.
That's nice. A little different, right?
Yes.
Oh,
you gotta be different. You gotta stand out, right?
Definitely, man.
What inspires you to keep creating your art?
You.
Thank you.
Things just started ramping up, and he was just constantly making appearances, working on his fashion, working on his music. Really cool to kind of jump in that car and like go along for the ride.
So beautiful, you were so very special. I wish I was with you now. I wish I could save you somehow. Body in the water, like a lamb going to the slaughter.
And then COVID happened. You got to think about it. His whole come up was going to events, showcasing his designs that he would wear and get noticed and have all these pictures taken of him. And that would all add up. And then all of a sudden that stuff came to a halt.
I know he's going to be fine because it all comes back to you only need the internet really to make a presence. And if anyone is going to take advantage of this downtime and do something amazing, it would be Roger. So I was really interested in seeing what he would do with all this time and how he would present it.
I've waited all day long, even wrote a song for you. Strange the way you make me feel. With just a word or two, I like to do the same for you. Same for you.
He just wanted to engulf himself in a new adventure, I feel like. And from the facade, it seems unusual, you know, given what everyone has seen of him before, but to me it makes a lot of sense.
I remember when he told us, he said, by the way, I'm joining the army and I leave in 3 weeks.
Away from the feeling, being alone, bless the telephone, bless the telephone, yeah.
this time, Roger was really my best friend. So it felt like I was losing my best friend. And I felt really sad. I think the second thought was like I was afraid for him. Like, with Roger's interest in the arts and fashion, and then seeing him dressed in this army uniform, for some reason it made sense to me. I don't know why, but the pageantry of that moment in the army made sense of what he was attracted to.
Bless the telephone.
And on top of that, how intensely he cares about people.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Bless you and bless the telephone. Oh.
He's probably like the drill sergeant's favorite private because he probably follows all the rules, probably has bed as the tightest. He's there, he's up, he's never given any shit. I'm sure he's like, dude, he's probably the only one that at least sit-ups ain't hurting me. He's rapping, hanging upside down in the parking garage.
Oh shit, you're hanging like that?
If you've seen 50 Cent do it at the Super Bowl, he even flipped over after like half a verse. Roger could have did the whole verse like that. Maybe we should be worried that he will become major someday. We'll never see him again. I could see that.
An office job to do while I'm here writing songs for you. Strange how a phone call can change your day, take you away from the feeling of being alone. Bless the telephone.
I can see him being the mayor of the city, to beyond, really to whatever he wants to do. I think if one thing I've learned, there's nothing that would really surprise me anymore.
I'm very much in love with you.